Ciao comrades, hola compañeros, welcome pleasure. Today we are taking a look at the Resident Evil 4 in English language and at the Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Vita port of Resident Evil 4 mobile and English language. It is here and it's perfect. The Chinese developers were able to finish it super fast, huge thanks for this. I'm sure it's gonna be appreciated by all the comrades. Here we are in game. As you can see, everything is nicely in English. When I go into settings, here as well, sound and controls. In the control setting, we can customize firearm aim speed when you aiming with the weapon, as well as knife aim speed. I'm having it on very fast and fast. In other settings, we can change icon transparency, we can put inverted controls, or we can change icon layout. So if I don't want to see the controls as much, I can put it like lower so it's more transparent. Before I start, I can do some upgrade. I think I got enough coins. Firepower, yes, I would like to increase firepower. Level 2. And now let's start the mission. Come back anytime. All the text is now fully in English, cutscenes, options. That means the bounty has been successfully awarded to the developers. Congratulations, enjoy! All the other features are also fully functional, saves, loads, physical controls, good frame rate. It's all here for us to enjoy. If you want to install it, go and grab the English build from our Discord and shoot some zombies. I've been playing it for some more and I gotta say, it's not as bad as I initially thought. I lowered the difficulty, I was having a boss fight, I was able to upgrade my weapons, and it was forcing me to carry on further and play. All in all, this port is a decent addition to the Vita homebrew library. Big 2 thumbs up! Also guys, if you are enjoying these videos, becoming a Patreon or channel member helps a lot. This way I'm sending huge thanks to all the Patreons and channel members, but the usual likes and comments are great too. Oh yeah, motherfucker. Now to the main event, Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies PS Vita port. Just few days ago the hype video was released and it did work. Everyone was so hyped up and donated some extra cash, which made the developer to work extra hard and finish it off in time for us to have a blast with it. Big up to him for all the hard work, it's greatly appreciated. So let's look at it in closer detail. In the options we can invert axis, toggle sensitivity and enable auto aim. Then we can play with the level of detail and sound effects, and that's about it. I also do really like the cartoon menu. Music. Then I picked a character, map, difficulty, and I launched the new game. I've chosen a Kino map, it was unlocked. I've played this game long time ago on my Xperia Play with those very bad touchpads, and to play with solid Vita joysticks feels great. The frame rate is not stable, but for the initial release it is more than playable, as you can see on the gameplay footage. I also did fully overclock my Vita for the best experience. I didn't experience any bugs or crashes. I had some small issues with touch in the menus, but overall everything was working as expected. People were often saying, what do you need Black Ops Zombies for? You can just play Nazi Zombies Portable, it's remake. I played it and it didn't really scratch the itch for me, unlike the real deal. It's really addictive. The weapons, the environment, the music, the popping heads, the sound effects, it's all really tailored to perfection. I'm a big fan. If you are too, I would definitely recommend you to try it out. How? By simply following the setup instructions. Link is down below, or as usually, there is always our Discord if you need any help. Many developers were trying to port this game to Vita, but they were all unsuccessful. Therefore I was very curious how and why the developer did it. So I asked him, and this is his answer. I played this game on my iPod Touch 15 years ago and I was a bit nostalgic. I saw there was a bounty and people tried to port it but didn't succeed, so I thought that it was just impossible. When I talked to people who ported it, they all tried to make the game and the game engine, Marmalade, and run them both on the Vita. Best they managed to do after tremendous amount of work is reach the main menu. This is because the Android is pretty different from the Vita operating system, and although legends from the scene build compatibility layers, they are never perfect. And to be honest, props to the people who managed to reach the main menu with this approach. I don't mean to throw shades at them, quite the opposite. To be honest, I actually didn't even manage to have a properly working main menu after spending 10 hours with this method. So the way I approached it was very different. Instead of taking the game plus game engine and putting them in a fake Android environment, I re-implemented the game engine so that it runs natively on the Vita and then run the game as is. Interesting thing is that Marmalade is designed to be really multi-platform, which means that the game executable doesn't use the normal Android mechanisms to be loaded. Instead, the game engine implements its own way to load the executable in memory, plug its dependencies, etc. And everything goes through the Marmalade engine. So effectively, the game is actually running in a Marmalade environment rather than talk directly to Android. Of course, there are extensions to talk to Google services and so on, but they are Marmalade extensions, so the game still doesn't talk to Android directly, but through these extensions. The Marmalade engine, aka S3E, is a huge beast though, and I didn't implement all its functions, only the ones that the game actually uses. So for that I looked at the import table of the game, so I knew which functions from Marmalade it uses exactly. In total, the game imports 144 S3E functions, 244 GL functions, and 23 EGL functions. That's totally of 411 functions. Fortunately, all the GL and EGL functions are already implemented in Vita GL, so massive props to Rin for achieving this feat over the year. Vita GL is really mature and optimized. The hardest part was to implement the unpacking of game resources. They use custom compressed binary formats and the loading all the texture types. For the unpacking I was in the dark for a long time, it's only when you get there that you see the result. So while you are still in the middle, there is no way to know if you are even on the right track, it's blind. Then surprisingly, sound and controls were pretty hard. The input system is a bit tricky and it's easy to have race conditions, which is what led buttons not to work. And the reload button still doesn't work after many hours of debugging. Then there were all the capabilities part. The Android device tells the game engine what features it supports in terms of graphical functions, controls, etc. And in turn, the game engine tells the game what it supports. Random things break if you don't use the right parameters, and it's not easy to know whether a parameter is used at all and what are the expected values to get the best results, the right texture formats, etc. So that's about it, bit of technical talk, but I was really interested and this satisfied my curiosity greatly. Black Ops Zombies on the Vita is super fun. Developer also said he's gonna look into implementing LAN multiplayer support. It will be a lot of work, but it will be worth it. But we might need separate bounty for that. I will keep you all informed. The normal bounty rightfully belongs to the developer. He made it happen. He fully deserves it. I believe this is the largest Vita bounty so far, even from the old bounties. I think before Dead Space Mobile was the largest one with around $840, and this one is around $900 American dollars. Congratulations, brother! Enjoy your prize! That's it for this video. If you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, comment, join, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!